and good luck. And welcome back to Good Luck with Gino. I'm your host, Gino the Ghost, and you're locked in to the fastest growing podcast in the world. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you save it to your device, like it, download it to your device. I think I already said that. Send it to a loved one, arch nemesis, etc., etc. Give it 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, and you should be watching on YouTube, isn't that right, Gengar? Normally I would yell that, but as you can hear, my voice is a little strained today. Make sure you tap that like button, smash the ever-loving fuck out of that subscribe button, and grab some Didio from the basement and grease up that algorithm with a comment, because you're an oil man. Isn't that right? Yeah, if you haven't noticed, my voice is completely fucked. That's why we're dropping this episode today on a Wednesday instead of on a Monday, because I was in Miami and Houston this past week/weekend. I was in Miami working with Catriel and Paco Amoroso on their next album. And I was in Houston for my friend's bachelor party and watching the Detroit Lions take on the Houston Texans. Forward down the field, Lions win the game. What a fucking insane game. My voice is gone. I was screaming, not only at the field, but at the loser-ass Texan fans around me. As you know, I'm a world-class heckler. And boy, oh boy, were they eating their words come the fourth quarter. If you didn't see the game, the Lions were getting their fucking ass kicked. Everybody was mocking me, talking shit about my quarterback, Jared Goff. And, well, it didn't end well for them. So I apologize for the late episode. We won't be we'll be back next week on Monday. But yeah, we just, I literally had no voice. Tried to do an episode, just couldn't get it done. Had to put myself on IR. And we're back. Today, if you were watching on YouTube, you'd see I'm rocking this super obnoxious Lions shirt that I bought for like $15. It's the worst quality t-shirt in the history of t-shirts. But, I mean, look at this thing. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a lion with cardies on. What's not to like? Look, we'll get to what everyone wants me to talk about, which is the election. We're going to save that for our main story. But yes, Trump won. I lost my $1,000 bet on Kamala Harris winning on Polymarket. But crypto is pumping. And my portfolio is up a lot. So even when we lose, we win. Huh? I can't hold an L for too long, can I? It's hot. It's like a hot potato when I got an L in my hands. Get this out of here. Somebody take it. Here. All I do is win no matter what. Let me take a sip of this unbranded water real quick. I'm going to be coming at you live like a silky smooth jazz radio station host at 2 a.m. today on the podcast. Whether you're cruising into work or heading home from a long shift, I want to thank you for tuning in to Good Luck with Gino. I got fucked over by a major artist this week. And it doesn't matter who you are. They're always going to fucking try you. They're always going to try you. Doesn't matter how successful you are, what you've done, how you handle yourself professionally, your reputation in the business. They're always going to try you. They're always going to pull your card. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. They're always going to pull your card. And you have to make the decision as a professional. Am I going to take this lump? Is it worth taking this lump? Do I have to make a compromise for the sake of my career and for the progression of my bags? Is this relationship worth it? Et cetera, et cetera. And in this instance, I don't give a fuck. And that's bad news for the party that fucked me over. It would be a shame if this happened to a songwriter that also has a podcast with 5 million monthly impressions, wouldn't it? Oh, it would be such a shame if this artist fucked over somebody who can't help himself but bury his enemies. It would be a shame if this artist picked a fight with the guy you don't want to pick a street fight with on the internet. It would be a shame if this major artist were to jump over $1 to make a penny. Because as soon as legal handles this, and I will be waiting until this is all settled and everything's taken care of, and the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. As soon as it's all settled, I'm going fucking biblical. Oh, it's bad news, isn't it? Oh, it's bad. Oh, they fucked with the wrong one, didn't they? Oh, boy. I'm coming at him like a fucking anime villain. I'm gonna haunt their nightmares. I'm gonna be Freddy Krueger, dude. They're gonna wake up in cold sweats, seeing my face, hearing the fucking good luck. They're gonna be hearing the good luck fucking theme song, just in their fucking nightmares. You know what I mean? Everybody. They're gonna be here. It's gonna be their alarm clock every morning. Everybody. Good morning, and good luck. You shouldn't have fucked with Gino the Ghost. So don't worry, I'll spill the tea after legal handles it. But just the music industry, I mean, it is just exhausting. Thank God I have this. You know? Let's move to the main stories of the week. Not our main story, but the main stories of the week. And then we'll get to my main story of the week. Over 40 monkeys escaped from a bio-research lab in South Carolina this past week. And that's great. Hey, babe, wake up. New pandemic just dropped. I mean, the Trump presidency pandemic curse is real. The Democrats are not taking the loss well. Nancy Pelosi sitting in her fucking evil lair. Release the skibbity virus monkeys and buy 30,000 more shares of Moderna. At least 43 monkeys escaped. At least 43. They lost count? Oh, yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. The lady from Chimp Crazy is behind this, for sure. Oh, we're so fucked. The new Planet of the Apes movie is going to be a comedy. Quick, get Dr. Fauci on the phone. Get him out of hiding. Let's get those new conspiracy theories ramped up, baby. Huh? We've gone about 4 hours without a new one. We could use another one. Country star Zach Bryan cheated on Barstool podcast host Brianna LaPaglia, a.k.a. Brianna Chicken Fry, then dumped her via social media. This was a story last week, but the story this week is that Brianna Chicken Fry alleges musician Zach Bryan subjected her to emotional abuse and offered her a $12 million NDA, which she says she turned down. I'm sorry, $12 million? Zach Bryan either has an adrenochrome lab underneath his studio or a micropenis. Nothing in between. $12 million? $12 million just to ask your ex not to talk shit about you? He's for sure got a couple bodies. I don't even know if Zach Bryan has $12 million, to be honest with you. So I'm not really. I mean, look, I'll be honest. I'm taking that $12 million. I'm taking that $12 million. I would have set a record signing that contract for $12 million. I would have ripped through the paper. My pen, I would have signed my name so fast it would have set the agreement ablaze. For $12 million, I won't even say the word Zach ever again. I'd never utter it again. Zac Efron, Zach Galifianakis, Zach. I don't know if I can think of anybody else named Zach. Dude, Zach. Fuck that name. Zach. You know? Should have known a guy named Zach was bad news. Zach. Think of any guy you've ever met named Zach. He sucks, right? I mean, turning down $12 million. I guess she could write a book now, maybe, and sell that for more than $12 million, maybe. But I don't know. Like, then you got to write a book. It's a whole thing. Are people even going to give a fuck by the time the book comes out? I got to respect the pettiness and the revenge arc of saying fuck the money just to drag the scumbag through the mud. But, like, I'd have taken that money. But it's been perfect. So Dave Portnoy put his name on a gold champagne bottle, which is like a thing he does with his enemies. He'll like put their name on a champagne bottle. And then when he ends their career, he pops the bottle to celebrate, which is pretty funny. And he's got like 100% hit rate on this. So that could be indication that he's screwed, but artists have done much, much worse and made it through the other side. Musicians, you know, if you make good music, you're Teflon so long as you don't commit sex crimes. Being a scumbag like doesn't really constitute full-fledged cancellation. You know what I mean? I mean, Chris Brown beat the fucking shit out of Rihanna. And like, yeah, it cost him maybe like superstardom, but he's doing just fine. And there's way more examples of that out there. Cheating on a girl, and like, I think people are going to still go to the Zach Bryan show. Women hate women. They're not going to give a fuck. And guys certainly aren't going to be like, wow, what a scumbag. I can't support this. I can't believe he dogged Brianna chicken fry, you know? So, I don't listen to Zach Bryan's music. I'd still write a song for him. Sorry, my moral compass isn't that far north. All right, let's get into the main story because you guys want me to talk about this. We're going to talk about Donald Trump winning the election, but I don't think it's best if I do it on the Good Luck with Gino podcast. I think it's time we take it over to the most reliable source of news. I'm talking, of course, about GNN. Welcome to GNN, your leading source of news, politics, and today, politics. And now your host, Gino the Ghost. Welcome to GNN. I'm your host, Gino the Ghost, and this is the news. All right, so every pollster in America was wrong. Everybody was wrong, except for Trump fans and MAGA. And I apparently have just entrenched myself so far in delusion and the bubble that I've been in. And I try to like gain as much perspective as I can, but turns out maybe I do have TDS. Dude, maybe I have Trump derangement syndrome. That must be it. I let my blind hatred for Donald Trump blind me from the fact that this country just wants this motherfucker back. They want him back. Dude, the American people have spoken. You know, and that's that. I talked about this after the election. You know, I put out a video saying like the Democratic Party clearly has some self-reflection to do. If you get swept in the Senate, the House, the popular vote, the Electoral College, you're doing something wrong. You've completely fumbled it. And you know, I've been critical of the Democratic Party. Again, I was not planning on voting Democrat this year. I hate Trump. So Kamala's whole, you know, campaign on, hey, at least I'm not Trump. It worked on me because I was not going to vote for that son of a bitch. But it clearly didn't work on everybody else. And again, I stated this, you know, her policies were laid out. She stated her economic policy. She talked about all the things she wanted. She talked about the stuff in the debate. She's talked about it, but she didn't do a good enough job of communicating it in like her own messaging, in the commercials they were running, in their media campaign, and they completely fucked it on digital. You know, there was a period where they were doing a great job of, you know, when they first appointed Vance and they were winning the war on memes. I had an episode on this. We talked about the couch, him fucking the couch memes. Trump was kind of spiraling. They were doing a good job. And then they just, I don't know if they got too comfortable with the lead. You know what it was to me? I think they were playing defense. It reminds me of like when a football team has a big lead, and instead of like keeping their foot on the throat and like trying to score more points and like put them away, they just like were just trying to like run the ball out. They didn't have her doing these long interviews. They didn't have her go on podcasts. They didn't have like just all the things they should have been doing that Trump was doing. She wasn't doing. She was playing it very safe. And I think that they thought that enough people just didn't fuck with Trump, and they were going to vote for her to get him out. But the reality is, what ended up happening is people just didn't give a fuck about her. They weren't passionate enough about her to get out and go vote for her. And it turns out, to win the presidency, you actually need people to vote for you, not just not vote for him. You need people to physically get up and go press the button. And they didn't get up because they didn't give a fuck about you. And there's a lot that can be said about that I'm sure you've heard other people say, and we don't need to beat a dead horse. We're not going to do that on this show. I'm exhausted talking about it. I've had this conversation with everybody I've talked to in the past week. And I've just been trying to like explore what happened, you know, and really doing a lot of introspection on my part as well, because it's important. You know, I plan on being president one day, don't I? So I got to think, what's going on in the mind of the American people, you know? What's going on? I think people, as an independent, I can approach this a little differently than like a hardcore liberal will, from a less like doomy perspective, I guess. I think that a lot of people think this is like the end of the world. And it could be, but it's probably not, right? But what is concerning, obviously, is that they swept. And I think any side having too much power is like a little scary, isn't it? And I think the rich elitists on the right just also kicked the shit out of the rich elitists on the left. And that's something that the rich elitists on the left are going to have to look at and think, how did we get our ass beat by Peter Thiel and Elon Musk so bad? You know, and a large part of it is Elon won the war of information. He bought Twitter and he won the war of information. And, you know, there's much to be said about how much control of the media, I wouldn't say the media, but like Hollywood and Hollywood and parts of the media that the left has. Obviously certain major networks, but like major arms of hella celebrities. And not what it's funny. Republicans have like hella washed up celebrities that are like kind of like, they call it the right wing grift of like the washed up D-list celebrity trying to get back on the map. And this is just, it's an objective fact. You can argue with me if you want. And the left has all the like pop-in famous celebrities, Beyonce and Billie Eilish and all these people who are literally on top. But I think what ended up fucking the left this time was they ran that same old playbook of trotting out Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion and, you know, Paul Rudd and Jimmy Fallon. And people just don't give a fuck about celebrities anymore. In fact, Elon Musk and the right propagated that against them because of Diddy. And they created this whole narrative that like, you know, oh, the right, you know, the left has all this blackmail from Diddy on these celebrities and they're making them speak up. And it just is like, it fucked them, dude. And they looked insane. Like the Kamala rallies with, I'm sorry, but like Cardi B up there, like reading from her phone and Meg Thee Stallion twerking on stage. It's just like, it looked crazy. Now, obviously, like, it's all crazy. The shit that the right was doing was crazy. That Madison Square Garden rally was crazy. But I don't know. Look, it's just, I want to talk about some other shit and some fallout, because that's the stuff you come here for. We don't got to recap what happened and what, you know, it is what it is. It's done. What's done is done. So one of the big fallouts of this election is obviously women, feeling like they lost their bodily autonomy, having a full right-wing administration take over with abortion. And there's a video that's been going viral, brought to you by the biggest scumbag on the internet. His name is Nick Fuentes. Here's the video that's going viral. Yeah, without further ado.
The feel when you're totally not pressed. The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling. Dude, it's a ceiling made of fucking bricks. You will never break it. Your stupid face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie. Your body, our choice.
So let's put on the pitties, because it's time to get serious. All right, incel Homelander. Take it easy. Okay? This fucking guy, you know. Don't worry, Nick. I don't think you'll ever have to make that choice. You're never going to really have the opportunity to go your body, my choice. Because you've never felt the touch of a woman. If you don't know who this is, he's a white nationalist neo-Nazi that went to January 6th at the Capitol, then became anti-Trump because Trump wasn't quite Nazi enough for him. And by the way, to call him Nazi would be a compliment for him. He's a self-proclaimed white nationalist scumbag, really. This is maybe the least shocking thing he's ever said. He often drops the hard R. So he put this out. He put out a tweet, your body, my choice, or so. And after this went viral, somebody doxed his address on Twitter. Because the internet does what the internet does. When you try to rage bait everybody, they're going to make you pay for it. So his address gets doxed on Twitter. And a 5'1", 57-year-old woman rang his doorbell. All she did, she rang his door. She went to his door. She rang his doorbell. He proceeded to open the door, pepper spray the woman, and pushed her down the stairs. Then like ran up to her, curb stomped her phone, and went back inside, locked the door, closed the blinds. She's 5'1", so she's about 5 inches taller than him. And apparently, due to the doxing and after this incident, he decided to flee to his mother's house. So to recap, he got doxed for hating women and then ran and hid with a woman to protect him. I mean, that's poetry, right? Better walk in well-lit areas, carry pepper spray, and dress in appropriate clothing, Nick. Keep your head on a swivel, because you're practically asking for it. And apparently, Nick Fuentes here, you know, the internet does what the internet does. They found out a little bit about his past. And apparently, when Nick Fuentes was in high school, he shit himself. That's right. He shit his pants. Looks like his body said, "Your body, my choice. Your bowels, my choice." He's a fascist and a fecesist. He's a lot of things, but the main thing, and I cannot express this enough, he's a fucking loser. You understand? This guy, he's a January 6ther that went to the Capitol, helped lead the insurrection, but he never went to prison, which means, Nick, you're also a fucking rat. You're a Fed. Yeah, you're a Fed. I know you're a Fed because if you weren't a Fed, you would have gone to jail. So to summarize, you're a 5'1", self-proclaimed incel, rage bait, masturbator that gets off triggering marginalized groups on the internet, attempting to form a cult comprised of the most repulsive, Axe body spraying dorks from the darkest corners of 4chan that got tricked, manipulated, and fooled by Donald Trump because you're a tiny little dumb man. And now you're trying to spin that and take it out on everybody else by just using slurs and being an anti-Semitic racist dork. And you're trying to build a media empire off that? You're Diet Alex Jones. You'll never, you want to talk about breaking through a glass ceiling. You'll never break through that. That's it, dude. You can't go any higher. This is it. This is the most attention, fame you'll ever get without doing something that'll land you in prison. And Nick, you better hope you never end up in prison because guess what? You're going to learn the meaning of your body, their choice. You're going to learn the Aryan Brotherhood isn't really your brothers when they take you from behind the yard. Yeah? This is a guy that just needs to get hit in the fucking face one time. He's lucky a 5'1" elderly vegan woman showed up at his property and not somebody else. We'll see how free that free speech is, bud. Yeah? Okay. Anyway, fuck that guy. We're moving on. And we can take off the pitties now. We can ease up a little bit. I mean, do you guys like when my voice is hoarse like this? I feel like it kind of makes me a little bit more maniacal, right? Kind of makes my villain arc a little bit more villainous. I need to like wipe off my glasses. Okay, one more thing before we move on to everyone's favorite segment. I want to talk about, speaking of maniacal villains, we're going to talk about Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, who I predict will be the candidate in 2028. Gavin Newsom, who I think will be the savior of the Democratic Party in 2028. If you don't know Gavin Newsom, he's the governor of California, the state in which I live in. And Gavin Newsom is a supervillain. He's the best and the worst governor at the same time. He has unlimited evil aura. Unlimited. Mr. Unlimited evil aura. He hunts Republicans for sport. He might be a vampire. He is literally Bruce Wayne if he went the other way. Do you know what I mean? Instead of dedicating himself to a life of fighting crime, and beating up poor criminals, Gavin Newsom personally cleared out homeless encampments. Do you understand? Do you understand the level of psychotic we're talking about here? Gavin Newsom, there's a video of Gavin Newsom in the downtown LA River, clearing out a homeless camp, ripping it apart. You understand? On purpose, as a campaign strat. He's a psychopath. He's a villain. And his villain origin story, I talked about it many episodes ago. His origin story, his wife divorced him and got engaged to Donald Trump Jr. Yeah. And that's a true story. His ex-wife is engaged to Donald Trump Jr. Bro is a psychopath. He might literally be Patrick Bateman. He's the closest thing to Patrick Bateman we'll ever see in politics. I'm pretty sure, like Patrick Bateman, he's killed a homeless person before. He is the American psycho. He's like Bateman meets Batman. Bateman. And look at this guy. He's a cunning, handsome, white fox. He looks like he plays, I've seen this tweet go around, he looks like he plays a president in a movie. This would ironically win over a lot of red pill internet culture. Like it's going to be so tough for white nationalists because look at this guy. He's like the president of the video game Fallout. The TikTok edits are going to go crazy, dude. This is what the Democratic Party needs to become serious again. Because look, here's the thing. Not to play revisionist history about the election, but we're going to do it. We trotted out jolly old St. Walls. Tim Walls. You know? Looking like fucking Santa Claus at the mall. And we saw what that got us. It's time to introduce the Gavin that stole Christmas. Gruesome Newsom. Bro's going to mog J.D. Vance back to the living room sectional sofa in 2028. Or Vivek Ramaswamy. He might actually be the Antichrist, but if he gave you affordable health care and cared about women's reproductive rights. He isn't lawful evil or chaotic good. He's lawful chaotic. Do you understand? He's evil good. He's not the villain that the Democrats need, but he's the one that they deserve. So, it's time for them to get serious on the ticket in 2028 because, I mean, obviously, maybe run a primary this time, guys, yeah? But, okay, I lied. There is one more thing before, one more thing on politics. New president-elect Donald Trump named Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy as the head of the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. I'm going to read the official letter that Donald Trump presented today on Twitter moments ago. I'm pleased to announce that the great Elon Musk, working in conjunction with American patriot Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, together. These two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies, essential to the Save America movement. It will become potentially the Manhattan Project of our time. Republican politicians have dreamed about the objectives of DOGE for a very long time. We live in the most unserious timeline. I'm conflicted because the country is descending into absolute madness, and this may mark the end of the empire, but my whale DOGE bags are about to pump astronomically. So, I'm conflicted because this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. However, I own a giant bag of Dogecoin, and it is gig-ascending right now. So, it's really hard for me to... I feel like I'm watching the fall of Rome from my balcony in like a castle next door in maybe France. That's kind of what it feels like. And Elon owns an insane amount of Doge. So you could argue this is some kind of crime, but financial crimes don't matter anymore, and neither does anything. It's just, make government fun again, Elon tweets. What the fuck does that mean, dude? When was government ever fun? Here's another tweet from Elon Musk. All actions of the Department of Government Efficiency will be posted online for maximum transparency. Anytime the public thinks we are cutting something important or not cutting something wasteful, just let us know. We'll also have a leaderboard for the most insanely dumb spending of our tax dollars. This will be both extremely tragic and extremely entertaining. Bro's about to balance the U.S. budget and cut spending using Twitter polls. What could possibly go wrong? Elon turned a meme coin into a department within the U.S. government. You simply aren't bullish enough on memes. Meme coins are about to just run this crypto super cycle, and you're underpositioned, and that's up to you. Look, ultimately, to recap, I want Trump to succeed, and you should also want Trump to succeed, even if you didn't vote for him, even if you despise him, like I do. You need to, there's a saying. Let me tell you my favorite saying. I've said it before. Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? You can apply this to pretty much everything in your life, but I think right now is a great time to exercise it. Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Do you want to be right that Donald Trump is a dickhead? That he's a fucking crook, a grifter, a criminal? That he's probably going to jumble everything and completely fuck up the economy. I mean, obviously inflation was bad, but everything else was looking good. But do you want to be right about that? Or do you want him to do great, which will make the country do great, which will make the economy do great, which will help you make money? Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Personally, I want to make money. I don't give a fuck about being right. That's not going to make me any money. He's my president, and I want him to do great because I love this country and I want it to succeed. I don't want the empire to fall, even though I clown about it and make fun of it. I will absolutely continue to clown him as I see fit, but I make fun of everybody, and I would love to be proven wrong. And if I'm not proven wrong, you better believe you're going to hear about it. And now we're going to go to everyone's favorite segment, the FOH HOF. The fuck out of here Hall of Fame. My voice is hanging on by a fucking thread right now, but we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. Our first video. Now, you guys know I don't like making fun of upcoming artists, right? I hate feeling like I'm punching down, but sometimes the internet leaves me no choice. And, well, without further ado, here we go.
Is this stuck in your head yet? Because it's stuck in mine.
I am rectangular. I feel it in my bones. I am rectangular. I feel no hole. I am rectangular. And you are a circle. I am rectangular. I feel no hole. I am rectangular.
Did this motherfucker just call me a circle? Did he just call me a circle? Hold on, I gotta hear this again.
Is this stuck in your head yet? Because it's stuck in mine.
I am rectangular. I feel it in my bones. I am rectangular.
Rectangular. Bro is a square that identifies as a rectangle. He's trans shapes. Rectangular. This feels like a slur. Also, I fill no holes? or I feel no holes. What does he say?
Is this stuck in your head yet? Because it's stuck in mine.
Not yet.
I am rectangular. I feel it in my bones. I am rectangular. I feel no hole.
I feel no hole. Oh my God. I feel no hole. Bro has never felt a hole in his life, that's for sure. I'm about to dig a hole, bury myself in it, and then fill a hole so I never have to hear this song again. And bury myself alive. This song makes me want to stick a fucking rectangular shaped object through my ear canal. Only thing rectangular are those veneers that this guy's wearing. Bro's teeth look like they're made of that necklace around his neck. Looks like he's wearing a veneer chain. A bust-down veneer. Bust-down veneer necklace. Veneer tennis chain. I am rectangular. The veracity in which he says the tang in rectangular. There's so much passion behind it, you know? I am rectangular. I gotta hear it again. It's kind of good.
Is this stuck in your head yet?
It's getting there.
Because it's stuck in mine.
It's getting there.
I am rectangular. I feel it in my bones. I am rectangular. I feel no hole. I am rectangular.
I want to triangulate the exact coordinates of the studio that this was recorded at and launch a drone strike. I knew the Joker sequel was a horrible musical, but this is worse than I thought, you know? This is particularly bad. Divorce dad music. You know? Cruise ship music. I'm just imagining that I'm like laying on the deck of a Carnival cruise with 500 mouth breathers eating buffet food and drinking sugary margaritas. This is like if Dave Matthews and Matthew Broderick had a child and made him play with toy blocks until he graduated from homeschool. And then he dyed his hair green. Ed Sheeran could unironically release this and it would be a hit. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm a rectangle too. And that's a good joke. God damn it. It's stuck in my head. Oh, fuck. Are you happy, dude? It worked. I am rectangular. Is that the melody from Dynamite by Taio Cruz? Like it's dynamite. Singing. Yeah, right? It's close. I am dynamite. It's close. Fuck, this song's going to be stuck in my head forever. Oh, no. And it's going to be stuck in your head forever, isn't it? Oh, no. What have I done? Oh, it's going to be stuck in our heads forever. We're stuck in a void of rectangular. We're stuck in a rectangular void. My mind palace is now a fucking rectangle. Time is a flat rectangle. We're fucked forever. What is this propaganda by Big Geometry? It won. Who's filming this, by the way? I want them arrested. Who's filming this video? Who's responsible for this? Fuck. I am rectangular. It's stuck in my head. Oh no, I'm a rectangle now. Oh, I'm tangled in the rectangle. I'm in like my hands are tangled in shape. And the angles of, all right, we got to move on before I'm crashing out. Let's watch this next video. I haven't made fun of an entrepreneur, bro, in about 10 minutes. It's time to fix that.
Walking is for people who are broke. People don't respect their time, which is why they walk as slowly as this. And then you, as a business owner, you have to take over. It's gonna waste a lot of your time. Rich people take damn personal drivers. If you're gonna walk through the premium version of walking, which is on a freaking treadmill, making money. Follow for more advice.
Bro stiff-armed a toddler. He hit the Heisman on a family of 4 on the sidewalk. I mean, he's right. Walking is for poor people. That's why I simply levitate. Or walk on the treadmill and make money. The premium version of walking, he said. I mean, you can package anything to these fucking people and sell it. The premium version of walking. That's why I wear Heelys, so I can wheel around everywhere. Walking is for... this guy is completely unserious.
Walking is for people who are broke.
Walking is for people who are broke. Yeah, Jesus walked on water to prove he's the Son of God, but turns out all he proved is that he isn't a Sigma. You know? Jesus was like trying to prove he's an ethereal being, the Son of God, but turns out he just proved that he doesn't own 10 homes before 30. He just proved that he isn't doing premium walking. Only time I walk is on my solid gold treadmill while leverage trading. Look at this fucking guy, dude. I'm so sick of these fucking guys popping up there's a new one every 20 minutes, man. Anybody with a link in bio wearing a skin-tight polo and jeggings needs to be investigated by the SEC immediately. I'm not taking advice from anybody wearing a polo. I'm sorry. Bro's dressed like an Outback Steakhouse waiter running late to a shift. I'm not taking advice from this guy. If you don't own a yacht or Amazon, you shouldn't even have a polo in your closet. Stop wearing polos. And stop wearing polos and trying to give me financial advice. Bro's wearing a kid's polo from Banana Republic and a Michael Kors fanny pack crossover bag. That's suffocating him. It's too tight, dude. It's all too tight. Man's is a sense of urgency, but no sense of style. Look at this goofball.
Walking is for people who are broke. People don't respect their time, which is why they walk as slowly as this. And then you, as a business owner, you have to take over. It's gonna waste a lot of your time. Rich people take damn personal drivers. If you're gonna walk through the premium version of walking, which is on a freaking treadmill, making money. Follow for more.
On a freaking treadmill. Also, using the word freaking, you know? What a fucking dork. All right, we're moving on. Last video here. This is a good one. This is a fun one.
Here are 3 signs that you might be a starseed from Sirius. Many Sirian starseeds feel this unexplainable connection to water, rain, lakes, rivers. Being around them provides them a sense of nourishment and care, but it goes even further in their connection to ancient civilizations that they once existed in, that relied primarily on the technology of water, like Atlantis and Lemuria. Sirians crave knowledge that feels ancient and otherworldly. They have an insatiable hunger to understand the mechanics of higher dimensions, sacred geometry, and extraterrestrial technology. Sirian starseeds are natural guardians, not just the protectors of people, but the protectors of energetic spaces. If you instinctively know how to protect your energy, set firm boundaries, and cleanse a space without being taught, you could be carrying the coding of Sirius within you. If any of these signs resonate with you, there's a good chance you carry Sirian energy. And if you want to dive deeper into the Starseed journey, please check out my Queens and I's latest book, Starseed Children. It's a guide to understanding the unique energies we carry from beyond this world. Comment Starseed and I'll send you the link.
Wow. Yeah, bro's just bald. I don't think he's a Syrian starseed. I don't know about being Syrian, but bro looks like he's a member of the Syrian Brotherhood in the prison yard. Fucking Lex Luthor over here, you know? Looks like a creative character on Baldur's Gate. You might be a Syrian. Is he talking about Syrian refugees? Isn't Nikolai Jokic? No, he's Siberian. Sorry. I might cut that out. No, I'm going to keep it. No, fuck you. I'm going to keep it. You might be from Sirius. Dude, what is Sirius XM Radio? Brought to you by Sirius. Yeah, I'm trying to sign a fucking podcast deal with Sirius. I want to be a Syrian starseed on Sirius XM. Why so serious? Do you want to know how I got these scars? This guy looks insane, dude. His eyes could
Here
not
are
be
3
bluer.
signs that you might be a starseed from Sirius.
He's like kind of southern. Here are 3 signs that you might be a starseed from Sirius. He has to like hide his southern accent. Listen.
Here are 3 signs that you might be a starseed from Sirius.
Here are 3 signs that you might be a starseed from Sirius. This dude's from like Missouri, but he's trying to act like he's from Sirius. You know what I mean? Because you know starseeds don't have southern accents, right?
Here are 3 signs that you might be a starseed from Sirius.
Here are 3 signs that you might be a starseed from Sirius. Can you imagine Aquaman just having a fucking southern accent? I guess Atlantis is south, technically. It's at the bottom of the ocean. You know? Here are 3 signs that you might be a starseed from Sirius. And look at his teeth, dude. He's for sure from the south. Bro seriously needs to go see a dentist. Am I right? Fuck, maybe I'm a starseed, dude. I'm a Pisces that swam competitively growing up. I'm a fucking starseed, dude. I'm a motherfucking star boy. I'm a motherfucking starseed. Dude, maybe the weekend's a starseed. I too feel a connection to water. It's called being thirsty. I'm going to have a sip of this right now. Oh, yeah, dude. That's just... Sorry, guys. I can't help myself. I'm just a Syrian starseed. I'm just a Syrian starseed. Dude, this is why I'm terrified to have children. Imagine you raise a boy for 18 years in your house, only for him to grow up and think he's a fucking mermaid. You know? I'm sorry. Merman. Merman! Merman! It's a Zoolander reference, if anybody's seen it. Yeah, sorry, dude. You aren't an alien. You just have schizophrenia. Sorry, dude. You're not an alien. You're just bored. Sorry, dude. You're not an alien. You're just a grifter. And then, like, of course, you read the comments, and it's people like, oh my God, am I a Syrian starseed? People ask, is it better to run or walk away from the rain? And my answer is always, stay. I must be a starseed. Dude, why don't you fucking jump off a building? Oh, you're a Syrian starseed? Hold your breath underwater until you pass out. Thanks. Oh, you're a Syrian starseed? Yeah, why don't you waterboard yourself? Shape of water looking ass boy. Yeah, the plug is interplanetary, but he's chill. He's pretty chill. He's just gonna fucking try to figure out what starseed planet you're from. Fucking unbelievable. Dude, the internet is... I will never run out of material. You understand? I'm gonna do this show. I'm going to do this show forever. And then when I die, my AI conscious body, my consciousness will be placed in a fucking Elon Musk powered Tesla robot person. And he's going to run this podcast. And he's going to I'm never going to run out of material. In fact, it's going to get funnier. This show's going to get, you understand? This show's going to get funnier. Forever. Oh, surely you can't top. Surely you're not going to be able to top. Oh, you don't think so? I got 10 more videos crazier than that in my fucking notes, dude. And I'm going to find 10 more next week. It's going to get funnier. You understand? Before we go, we're going to do a quick Just Ask Gino segment because I got a great question and I want to talk. I love touching on music on this show. That's the bones of the show. That's what the show was founded on, the music industry. And I got a great question this week, which was, Gino, when you make a song, are you consciously trying to make a hit? Is the question. So basically, when I approach making a record, am I trying to make a hit when I enter the studio? And this is a great question. What makes a hit? How do you make a hit? How do you approach making a hit song? The best songs are usually made when the main bones of the song write itself. It should feel effortless. Okay? You got to let the beat do the heavy lifting. Let the production do the heavy lifting. Let the chords do the heavy lifting. It sounds crazy to say this, but it should like come out of you. Okay? And after you've got the foundation of the song that like comes out of you and comes naturally, a lot of times like the first melody people will start humming when they hear it is usually the one is the foundation of the song. And then you get critical and edit and you get hypercritical and you fuck, you could spend days tweaking a thing and working on a thing, but the bones of the record should come effortlessly. And when you approach making a song, making a hit song, it should just be, I'm going to make the best song I can make today. I'm going to just make the best thing I can make over this track, right? You should never approach a record thinking, I'm going to make a hit. This is going to be a hit. How can I make a catchy hit song? You'll never make a good song that way. Not only will you not make a hit, you won't make a good song. The song will suck ass. It should be something, it should feel, and this is in general when you make art, right? It should feel effortless. Now, that being said, the effortlessness comes from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reps. It comes from knowing pop formula and the art of a sticky hook and just knowing how to make a great song. You know how to make a great song because you've made hundreds of songs and you've worked that muscle. And so when it's time to do a rep, you know how to do it, Now, obviously there are anomalies, sure. But a great song often comes intuitively and is coming from inside and like a feeling that you get. And I know that sounds corny, but that's what great writing is. And then again, all the technical, all the details of that is what make it what make a great song a really great song. But the bones of a hit need to come through you and very naturally. And that's why oftentimes when I'm making a song, if we're 20 minutes in and we don't have a start, like we don't have a great start, we move on. There's no point in getting hung up. If it isn't coming naturally to you, you move on. You're wasting your time. You're screaming at the wall. And there's no shame in cutting the fat and just trying something different, And a lot of people get hung up working it. And that comes, again, this is any art. You gotta approach making art. You gotta think, you have to create selfishly. And what I mean by that is you don't want to, when you make a song, it's not like, what does everybody want to hear? I want to make a hit that everybody wants to hear. It needs to be like, man, I love making art and I love making music and I want to make something that I love. I don't give a fuck if other people like it. But again, you do that instinctively from a place of pop formula especially when you're making a pop record. But you should be thinking of like how to make it catchy. But you do that kind of instinctively. And I know that sounds a little contradictory, but that's the fine line that great writers walk. But you never want to approach a record like, I'm going to make a hit today. I'm going to make so much money off this. Oh, because and rest in peace, Quincy Jones. One of my favorite quotes is from Quincy Jones. He says, God walks out of the room when you're thinking about money. God walks out of the room when you're thinking about money. And that's a fucking bar. And we're going to end the episode on that. I want to thank you guys for listening to Good Luck with Gino, bearing with me as my voice is hanging on for dear life. But we made it, didn't we? And next week we'll be super healthy. I'm going to be drinking so much tea, so much apple cider vinegar, really, really resting it, trying not to yap too much. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, I want to thank you. Make sure you hit that like button, save it to your device. Send it to a loved one or an arch nemesis and give it 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, and you should be, shouldn't they, Gengar? You should be. You're going to go ahead and hit that like button. You're going to smash the fuck out of that subscribe button, just like Nick Fuentes smashed that 70 or 60-something-year-old elderly woman because he's a fucking little, tiny little man. And you're going to grease up that algorithm because you're an oil man. And this is my son, HW. And you're going to leave a comment, aren't you? And until next week, oh my God, I almost forgot. Thank you, Beyonce. Thank you. Until next week, as the world continues to crumble into madness and the government is run by Elon Musk, good night and good luck.
Everybody listen close. There's a brand new show that you gotta know.
What's the name of that show, Pikachu? Right, and who's it with?
Gino.
That's me.
It's gonna get you moving, get you in the zone. Good luck, good vibes, good times. With Gino by your side, you'll be feeling fine. Every week, he's gonna bring the hype. Woo! So come on, let's go. Tune in online. Good luck, good vibes, good times. With Gino, it's gonna be a real delight. So get ready to laugh, learn, and grow.
Here's that note.